first one is a parabola. What's the second one? The second one is, if you switch the x and y, you get this, right? That's an inverse of this, okay? Not an inverse function, but it's an inverse. So it's going to look like that. So it's this. Is that rotated about y equals 1, which is here. Okay. To draw a full picture, actually, it's going to draw an extended square on the top, because this is a square here, 1 by 1. It's going to draw like that. What is that going to look like? For 3-dimension, you need shading to convey what's happening. But what is that? If you had to describe, like, how would you make that shape? Yeah. Oh, it's with it's like a bowl with, right? So right now it's not a bowl actually. It's totally solid, and you carve out this skinny cone. You carve it out. Okay. You carve it out. Okay. So from this view, it's gonna just look like a bowl, right? If you look from this view, it's gonna be hollowed out. Okay. All right, let's set this up. So that right there, hopefully you guys know, if you plug in 1, you get 1. If you plug in 1, you get 1. So this is 1, right? 1, 1. So we can integrate from 0 to 1. That's fine. It's just, how do you set up the radius, right? Radius squared. Okay, it's going to be subtraction between 2 radius. So let me just give you a guideline. What you want to do is essentially get a function of that radius. This is the outer radius, okay? And get a function of this inner radius and subtract the 2. So let me call this one here R1. Okay, R1 needs to be a function of x. And let me call this one, the smaller one inside, R2. Okay, and what I'm looking for, the R that's right here, is R1x minus R2x. Okay, so I hope that helps. What is R1 then? And you have to remember, I drew a bunch of pictures here, but the functions that you guys actually are given, you're only given the equation of this line right there, that curve, and the curve at the bottom. None of the other stuff around it, okay? So, what's R1? Okay, so R1 is 1, this total line here, minus the height of the parabola at the bottom, which is x squared. So it's 1 minus x squared. What about R2? 1 minus root of x. That's right. So we actually get minus x squared plus root of x. This is what needs to go into R here. Is that clear? Okay. So I like to keep the pi outside. x to the power of, what's 2 plus half? 5 over 2? X. Okay, so from here, let me just do this for you. This should be easy. Okay, 1 over 5, x to the power of 5, minus 2. If you increase that by 1, you get 7 over 2, so it's 2 over 7 here. Half x squared, right? So you plug in 1. 1 over 5 minus 4 over 7 plus half is your answer. Okay, what does that give you? 70 is a common base. It's a pretty ugly base. 14 minus 40 plus 35 minus 5, 9 over 70. 9 pi over 70.